Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. My name is Mr. Dogboat333. Welcome back to March Mind 4, the New Order, Last Days of Europe as the State of Guangdong. In the last video, we had another successful product launch. We started working on some more economic stuff. We finished up this part of our tree, and we're working on figuring out how to balance our budget. In the meanwhile, well, we reached our original goal of surpassing Manchukuo GDP-wise. I don't know if that's quite actually... that's not actually accurately updating, I think, the chart. And we're going to get our economic check soon. So a couple extra seats. And it's all coming together. Nicely, I must say. I'm very content, I must say. Next, it looks like we're turning to these guys to pay their fair share. Whether that works out or not, we'll just have to wait and find out. Guangdong's corporations are undoubtedly some of the biggest beneficiaries of our vibrant markets, yet we receive little in the way of revenues from these corporate giants. Tapping into this source of wealth could go a long way towards bringing the budget back in a solvent state, if at a cost. Certain steps will be taken to encourage corporations to pay their share, lest they find their businesses impeded by regulatory oversights and overzealous inspectors. It goes without saying that this will not go over well with corporations, and our supporting accounts will surely suffer. Well, I'd rather keep it above board than risk going below board, I think. We'll play it safe. I mean, our economy's looking great. Oh! Fairly art. Would we look at that? A man too good for government. Gamer Wallets just couldn't handle it. Peculiar. If I'm not mistaken, this will bug the America tree a little bit. From my understanding, if you're playing hard, I think they just outright recommend you just skip ahead and focus complete all of these, I want to say. So, yeah. Is that a buffalo for the Marxists? That's interesting. Honestly, never seen this before. It's interesting. I've been wanting to play Heart for a bit. They did a fucking whole lot of red reference. That is hilarious. Never do much. Never do much. Never do much. Rockstar made. Rockstar made. I'm sorry. I remember seeing the leak focus icon for that, and I just died a little bit. That's fucking funny. We got our economic check, and I imagine we're gonna be Peachy King. They join the what now? I guess it helps us, so I'm not going to complain. Pan-African Community for Mutual Economic Assistance. Yeah, I guess we won. There we go. Another 3 seats. We got to get to 41 billion. A little over 41 billion next year. We could do that. Now let's get working on starting to separate. Though we've developed past the need for reliance on the Japanese government in Tokyo, we now found ourselves entangled in a web of loans and investment from our Japanese banking benefactors. In order for us to be able to develop our economy full of treasury, we must cooperate with the banks, who will hopefully be more equitable and candid than our previous backers. We got almost all the support in Hong Kong. People are really content in Guangzhou, it seems, or Koshu, rather. Same in Macau. Digits poured down every page of a document as on Matsushita's desk, all in ordered rows and columns that his vision shot over as he searched for the data, which he had waited an uncomfortable few days for. Something close to desperateness pushed and pulled at the muscles behind his eyes. His eagerness to show how the projected revenue expenditure of the next budget would settle was now unstoppable. Relief would soon sweep away the pent-up tension from his body. It was the closest for government's revenues he had come to being balanced without the need for Japanese support, even if there was only an estimation. These results were undeniably impressive. Yet, the concern of whether this new budget would be unsustainable crept in. He cannot let his guard down for a moment. He may have somewhat rid himself of Tokyo's overbearance, but by now, he had newer factions to watch out for. There's no time to sit idly by. There never was. However, he cannot deny that the results came at a considerable relief to the body of a man who had spent the last few days absorbed by irrepressible self-doubt. In some respects, Matsushita felt there was still a need for improvement, and a necessity refined. Nevertheless, he allowed himself a moment to be in time to be satisfied in his achievements. Improvements should always be acknowledged. 57 seats. Holy shit. That is nice. I mean, there's only one path to go to from here. So let's try this again. Corruption Investigation Ordinance. After enduring through several erroneous and arduous objectives involved, we finally reached a discussion of pivotal and of utmost importance. The previous arrangements and procedures currently are nothing but a series of unreinforced proposals. In order to truly initiate the struggle against nefarious practices and compose the anti-corruption body, our designs must be realized through a simple vote. If we manage to secure a vote in our favor, this will guarantee a substantial shift in Guangdong's administrative structure, and as we hope, a shift to our benefit. Yeah, let's hope, huh? What are you doing there? Lamb said, holding his revolver to Aton's center of mass. I could ask the same of you. I have nothing to say to you, Japanese slave. What I do for our people, the triads, they provide for us. They are our only salvation. Can't you see those around you? Or do they also make you blind? Officer Lamb. The rain hammered into the warehouse's roof, filling the silence with rapid staccato rhythm. Adrenaline rushed for Lamb's head, flushes of energy pulse through his veins. Give up. Give up. Give all this up. Turn yourself in. I will speak for your character. I'd rather a Chinese dog speak for me, not a Japanese one. A shot rang out from the second story of the building, and a bullet whizzed past Lamb's ear, missing him by inches. He dove for cover, letting his reflexes do the thinking for him. Splinters of wood burst as he ducked his head and ran under the cover of boxes. Sparks flew as hot lead dashed against gunmetal. Lamb shot back blindly amidst noise screams. Guangdong police! Come up with your hands up! Silence, then gunfire. Lamb blinked the blood away from his eyes. The last thing he saw was a silk spinning machine as a bullet struck it, snapping the silk threads. The rear rolled back, and it went on rolling and rolling until the world was bleak and there was no escape. Advanced infantry rifles going. One thing that I am curious about, I know, I think it's Kissinger. Eventually pops up. So, yeah, he does get the, he will eventually get treaty port negotiations, which is going to be interesting to see. I mean, it's working with Japan. So, yeah. Yeah, the heart tree looks really cool, honestly. I'm curious. Got 10 days. This is done 11. Shit. We'll probably get less seats in support once this ticks over. But I do want to see... Maybe... No. 38 now. Although we'll get 2 more from Cheong Kong. So that'll be 40. Another few from Sony. 42. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A lot of the police while we're here. $43 votes. There's something sneaky I could do, I guess. I mean, Kev managed to find the cheat. I wonder. Oh! be son of a bitch. These are still... This might seem a little weird, but... Fujitsu, fuck. Fujitsu seats. 18. Sony needs to add up, so they'd have what, 13? Luxembourg. I guess Hitachi's Luxembourg. Wait, Hong Kong. And 11. So I need 11, I think. Cowan. This is very silly. I do recognize that. What, 860. From my understanding, if they don't all add up to 100, so I'll get out my old Desmos app. So it's 11 plus 13 plus 52 plus 18 plus 8. 102. Uh-oh. Well, Hitachi can eat an egg, so I'll make them have 6 seats. How about that? And then... I guess I'll save there. We could maintain our influence, but if we do this, we'll get less corruption, which does seem kind of cool. Let's get to it. End-pen body. It's time to address a long overdue issue of corruption, the tumor that festers in the deepest sections of Guangdong's core apparatus, draining it of vital funds and workplace efficacy. After much deliberation, it appears that the wiser body will be assembled an anti-corruption body free of the influence of any of the corporations of Guangdong. Some believe that will determine each case with equal judgment. This system would be impartial and efficient, but also cleanse us of any potential accusations of controlling a marionette. Though this will impact Matsushita correspondingly, it doesn't mean that once the issue is over and exterminated, we won't be the ultimate beneficiaries. It is a blow we must endure. I did not save before I started this, which I might have wanted to. When the press around Matsushita after dinner at Gaddy's, they asked him how he felt about Matsushita Electric attaining the majority in the LegCo. With characteristic silliness, he waxed poetic about the subject. The future for 3 boroughs is truly bright, with forward-thinking legislative council shaping its destiny. But the hallways and darkened corners of the LegCo, rival legislators whispered plots and schemes to save themselves from irrelevance. Matsushita's meteoric rise has come at the expense of other tycoons, who have given tacit direct orders to cut him down to size. And former truces were made between the remaining companies as they sought out stragglers to the edge of Matsushita's empire. Bribe here, take over there. If Matsushita doesn't hold on to his newfound rewards, the corporate background might reach equilibrium again. The heir takes his throne, but for how long? Well, that is interesting, but I don't think that affects who supports us. So that actually might help us more than anything. Let's go 6. A little extra, 46. a little extra help from Sony. Yeah. That might help us. We'll work on more infrastructure around here. Well, this is going to be funny. Let's see who ends up winning. I see pushes from both sides. So I don't know if there's a clear favorite yet. I guess we'll work on a helicopter. I don't know what to do. Independent body. We have 47 votes. Ah, shit. That did not quite work out in our favor. Huh. Shoot. Well, we'll initiate executive reinforcement for now. Satisfied work is a productive worker, one of the essential tenets of human resource management necessary for an efficient workforce. This fact has been recognized by us and certain predecessors, leading to an array of legislated workers' rights being strictly defined, of course. Though they are officially legislation, they are barely recognized or even acknowledged by a sizable portion of the operating businesses and industries of Guangdong. Not only does this blow to our worker productivity, it perceives our administration as weak and incapable of enforcement of our own policies, which is unacceptable. Matsushita, with his position as chief executive, will begin to crack down on compliers largely with hefty fines. Compliance is mandatory. Well, shoot. TNO cheats. Oh, there's a cheat mod, but I don't need the cheat. I can't just pull the cheat mod now. Shoot! Well, I want this to pass. I don't want to go back to the save and do the normal refudge all the numbers again. But and we'll halt there. Might give it a little time still. Won't be saved by the bell, and by the bell I mean the clock, the timer. I think we will be. All over newspaper, all over radio, the shout-out at Chaozu had given Lam his 5 minutes of fame. Beside his hospital bed, a radio blared his achievements, an exemplar of what they called a Zujin. He sat up in his bed and looked around him. The air smelled sickly, faint, sterile. Lam was in his hospital room. The doctors wrapped around a cast around his right shoulder where a bullet had struck. Pale sunlight filtered through the windows, facing west. A low fog hung over the Pearl River Delta, obscuring the ships that had plied on its wide waterways. A knock on the door. Come in. A doctor, a nurse, and a Japanese inspector entered the room. The Japanese inspector beamed with pride. He shook Lamb's hand vigorously. Congratulations, Officer Aishi. That discovery simply astounding. Took a bundle of envelopes from his coat and showed to Lam. Here, look. Commendations. What about the operation? Did everything go well? Save for fear of our own, the Dryad on Choshu was wiped out. Despite the sour note of the news, the inspector remained uncharacteristically cheerful. Your technique, the Kosen technique, as we call it in the office, has drawn the attention of the chief executive himself. Imagine that Haishia, Guangdong police force with all the funding in the world, without compromises. I see. Lam did not know how to feel. Pride, perhaps? Satisfaction? He'd fought hard to keep his logic clear. What's next for us? For you. Officer Aishi, a few interviews on the newspaper, on the radio. Help us. Help us make this place better. For you. For me. Something resembling hope washed over Lam, like curtains of purifying flame. He nodded, giving in. Giving up. Well, I'm gonna have to give up keeping this video going for as long as it is. I was kind of a mid tie-in to what that just was, but you know, it was worth a shot. Yeah, I gotta leave it there, folks. But thank you as always for watching. Like this video if you like it, dislike if you didn't. Leaving comments, feedback, down in the comment section below. Check out my various links down in the description box below as well. My name is Mr. Doggo with 3. I thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.